Hey, what's going on? It's Rat Flicking back with another DVD update. Um, it's been another big gap between my last video and this video, mainly because I'm not working anymore, so it's really hard for me to buy DVDs lately due to my lack of income. But as a collector, I still find time to buy some here and there whenever I can. So I bought a few. It's not very many, and this won't be like that long of a video. But I decided to go ahead and do it anyway because I want to continue to do this because I enjoy doing these videos. So anyway, the first one I picked up was at Specs, and I think it was like $4.99. Stephen King's It. Everybody has to know this film. Very famous Stephen King book turned into a movie. Bunch of great actors from the 90s. And it's, everybody knows what this is about. But, this clown, well, it's like an alien or demon that's manifesting itself as a clown, and when all these grown people, when they're kids, he tortures them psychologically and kills their family members and other people in the town, and then they go into the sewer where it lives and they kill it, and then they decide, just in case it's not dead, they make a pact to come back 30 years later if it's not dead, and then it turns out it's not dead, so they all return back to their hometown and they decide to fight it one last time. Great movie. I know a lot of people are scared of this. Most people that I talk to, they hate this movie because they don't like clowns. I find a lot of people do not like clowns. They find it really creepy. I don't got a problem with clowns, but it is pretty creepy. I forgot the actor who plays this, the clown, Pennywise, in the film. I don't really remember. But anyway, I picked this up. It was $3.99, and it's just the regular copy. I looked online. I think this is the only edition they ever came out with. This is the only release they ever released. So that's my first one that I got. The next, the same day I got this one at Specs Music also. It was, I believe, $3.99 also. The It was brand new. It was on sale. This one was $3.99, but it was used. But Specs has a really good rep for not receiving like broken or damaged discs. They won't receive it. They won't accept it at all if it has even one little scratch. So I feel comfortable buying from them. So I bought this one, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. That was the last installment they did before all the remakes. The first remake, the second remake, the beginning, and now they're coming out with a third one that's coming out in 3D in theaters, which I'm looking forward to. Actually, it looked alright. As a fan, I have to go see it. But anyway, after getting this one, I now have completed my Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I have the original, the sequel, the Leatherface third one, and now this one, and I have both remakes. So I have all of them. That's mainly the main reason that I got this Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was pretty much just to complete the franchise. As a collector, I don't like to have gaps in my collection, so I decided to get this. I actually haven't even watched it yet. I saw pieces of it on TV a bunch of times during Halloween. They're probably going to show this Halloween again for some reason. They show this one a lot more than they show the regular original from '74 or any of the sequels. They show this one the most. Don't ask me why. This one's a little weird. It has Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey, and the only pieces I've seen, I can't really tell you too much about this film because the only pieces I've seen is, I think she's going to prom or something, and then she ends up lost, and of course she ends up in the house where the family lives, and then Matthew McConaughey's like a psycho. I actually don't even remember how Leatherface looks in this film. I heard it was the weakest installment of the franchise, but like I said, as a collector, I had to buy it anyway. So that's the second one I got. The next one I got, I'm really excited about getting this, and I went to Specs only to buy used DVDs because, like I said, now that I don't have steady income, I'm not buying that many. The ones I do buy, I try to get like really good deals, used or on sale or what have you. But then I remember this movie just came out, and I saw it at Specs, and it was $24.99, but they marked it down to $19.99 for $20, and I picked it up. But then right when I got to the checkout lane, I already had a couple other ones, and it was going to be too much. The total would be too much, including this one, so I went ahead and put it back. And then right after, I went to Walmart to get something else, and I decided to check if they had it, and they had it for $14.99. Walmart always has the best prices, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's The Cabin in the Woods. It's such a cool cover. I like this cover a lot. I like really cool, like holographic covers. It's really neat. I did a review not about this movie, because the thing is, yeah, this is just a slipcase. The thing is, you can't really say too much about this film without giving it away. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't really go online and see, like, you know, the reviews of this movie, but I personally loved it, and I already talked about this, like I said in another video, so I'm just going to pretty much repeat what I said last time, is that this horror film is not really like a horror film you want to see if you've never seen horror films before. You know, this is going to be the first horror film you've seen, you're not going to appreciate it, you know, very much. This is going to be mostly appreciated by people who already been into the genre for years, because it's like an homage to it, and you'll understand it more. But it's got the guy from Thor. I don't know these people's names. It's got the big dude from Thor, and then it's got these other two guys that are in movies a lot, these older guys, and it's basically, you know, like the typical story, the typical formula of a horror movie. A bunch of kids go into a cabin, and then they start, you know, being killed off by something. And again, even though it's out on DVD right now, I don't want to kill it for people who haven't seen it. But it's got a pretty good twist, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I think in the end scene, without giving away too much, in the end scene, they did something that no other horror movie has ever done, and probably will never be able to recreate, just because of what they did. I don't want to say what it was, but it's amazing. And I love this movie, and I'm glad I got it for $14.99. And yeah, if you don't have Cabin in the Woods, or if you haven't seen it and you're a horror fan, I suggest, no matter what you heard from people, because I've heard some negative reviews, go check it out. It was really good. I liked it. I saw it in theaters and I loved it. The next one I got is a double feature, and neither of these films are really, I don't think you can consider them horror films, but I liked them a lot, and they're like, you know, suspense thrillers, and there's, like, you know, murders in them, so it's close to a horror film anyway. And anyway, it's a double feature of Identity and Secret Window with Johnny Depp. Real quick, I got this also from Specs, and I got it for $6.99, and I didn't own either movie, so I thought that was a pretty good price for two movies I didn't own. Both discs. When I get a double feature, this is what I'm looking for: two separate discs. I don't want one disc on two movies, whether it be you know, flip side or anything. I don't like that. I don't want one movie on one side, one movie on the other side. I like two separate discs. Anyway, two pretty good movies. Identity is like a bunch of people, strangers, are driving in the desert, and a big storm hits, and the entrance and exits both ways are blocked off. They're flooded, so they have to take shelter in this little hotel. And then when they get there, people start dying, and at first they don't know what's going on, and then they start finding the room keys on the dead bodies, and they're going in order. They're counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, so they know something's going on. And then at one point in the movie, I don't want to give away too much, but at one point in the movie, they're all sitting in a room. They're trying to, they know that something's going on. Somebody's killing them, and they want to know if they have a connection, if they're connected in some way. And they start talking about things to see like what they're connected with. And somebody brings up their birthday, and then it just so happens everybody in the room has the birthday. And then this is the cool part. For me, this movie is extra creepy because the birthday they all have in the movie is my birthday, May 10. So the movie is you know, extra interesting for me. But anyway, really good suspense movie. It's got Ray Liotta. It's got what's this guy's name? Oh jeez, what's his name again? It's got Ray Liotta, and it's got, oh man, I just drawn a blank on this guy's name right now. Oh, John Cusack, and it's got this chick in the movie too. I don't remember her name. Oh, Amanda Peet. It's got Amanda Peet. But it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot. Secret Window with Johnny Depp. It's another Stephen King book movie, I believe so. And it's like one of those movies with a twist. You know, it's pretty good. I don't think it was as good as Identity. I don't like it as much as Identity, but it's really good, and it's not as gory or bloody as Identity, but it's still a pretty good film. So both of those for $6.99. And I know that I call these movies horror DVD update, and the first couple were horror, and the last one wasn't really horror. And these last are definitely not horror, but I just decided to throw them in because I also picked them up while I was at Specs, and just to make the video a little more worth it, throw a couple more things in there. Another couple things I picked up was I picked up Crank Anchors. This is like a really old school show from like 2002 up to like 2004. I think they ran like 2-3 seasons, and it's just like a bunch of celebrities. I think it was created by Jimmy Kimmel. So him and his friends, Adam Carolla, Sarah Silverman, they have Tracy Morgan, Snoop Dogg, a bunch of people, and they just do real prank calls to people, and then they record the audio, and then they do like animation with puppets to act out the scenes. It's really funny. But anyway, the reason I mainly bought this was because this is the whole season 1, and it's uncensored, and it was $2.99. You know, and there's so many episodes in here, it's ridiculous. And if it wasn't for it being $2.99, I most likely would not have bought it. But it's just so cheap, so I had to buy it. And then while I was there, I also got season 2, which is the same thing. Well, this is volume 1 of season 2, so I guess there's a volume 2 to that. But these were each $2.99 each. And even the lady at the register was like, "Wow, $2.99." You know, there's pretty, you know, thick cases right here. There's a lot of episodes on each one. And then the last one I got while I was also at Specs is a little comedy from the 90s. I think it was like 92. My Cousin Vinny. Everybody must know this film too. It's got mostly known in the film is Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei, but it's also got the kid from Karate Kid. What's his name again? Let's see, Ralph Macchio. And it's a really good film. It's just like Ralph Macchio and his friend are driving through the South, and they stop at a gas station, and somebody murders the gas station worker, and they're mixed up, and they think it's them, so they're arrested, and then they don't have enough money to rent a decent lawyer. Get a decent lawyer, so they end up having to call Ralph Macchio's cousin Vinny, played by Joe Pesci, to come down to the South. But he's never really dealt. He's in law and he's studied law, but he's never really had a case before. So he struggles through it, and it's a really great movie. It's funny, from the 90s. It's like one of my favorite 90s comedies, definitely. So yeah, those are all my pickups. Some horror and some not that I just got. And yeah, that's the end of the video. So I'm going to try to get some more tomorrow. And if I'm lucky enough and I find a lot of cheap ones, then I'll do another DVD update for tomorrow. I'm trying to do mostly horror. Now that it's October, maybe some of these stores will have like brought in their horror section, and then maybe they put some stuff on sale, and I'll be able to make some pickups that I can come back and show you guys. So until then, rat flicking. So later, guys.